Hey team, let's talk about some of that stuff that makes it difficult to do our jobs. I want to talk today about leadership safety. That safety, that staying in that safety zone actually paralyses our leadership. So what makes a great workplace? What makes our schools fabulous places to be? What makes this a strong team to work for and with? We have ideals, theories and philosophies that we can all share about these. Answer the interview questions, that whole interview style. Teamwork, the ability to make mistakes and to learn from them. An environment where we can ask questions and learn from each other. A culture of trust and challenge and commitment. A team where everyone backs each other up, where egos don't get in the way, and where we all go the extra mile. A learning culture where learning is at the centre of what we do. We hear it in almost every leadership discussion and certainly in leadership interviews. They are the pat answers we give and get. We nod and agree and then we go about our business. For many, the reality is somewhat different to the ideal. Workplaces are hostile and competitive, and mistakes are punished. And feedback comes in the form of critique, criticism and judgment. Put-downs are real. Competition, being seen as the best and above others, dominates. Telling tales, politics, solos, turf wars rule. Saying one thing and doing another prevails. The underground current. Being vulnerable means being weak, or just that, vulnerable to the next to put down or negative. The fabric of the systems we work in tells us whether we are safe to make hard decisions. When we join a new team, we start to read the culture. We measure constantly our level of safety. What can we say and what can't we say? We predict, if I say this or do this, what will happen? Who can I talk to, if anyone? And where do I fit? What are the communication norms around here? How do things work, and what do I need to do to conform? And what do I need to conform to? Much of these are read and certainly unspoken. How safe am I and who can I trust? This comes well before taking risks, being open, being transparent and being vulnerable. Where are my safety nets and who are they, if they exist at all? This is culture. This is what we need to measure in our staff data tracking. This is what we need to work on. Are our ideals our reality? And how do we really know? These are the things we must have in place to have highly effective working and learning environments. How are you creating this for your team? These aren't comments for you to reflect on and to brush over. But what are you deliberately and strategically planning to do to make these a reality? Do you model this in the way you work? Remember, our teams follow our lead. They watch you and what you conform to and who you jump to and whether you comply or push back. They see if you push boundaries, how you make decisions and who you advocate for. How safe are you in your leadership? Are you working in a way that is truly you, or are you complying, conforming, and working within a safety net to keep your job, to keep the boss happy, or to be seen as doing what is expected? How honest and transparent are you in your work? Do you worry about what might happen to me as a leader if? These are nasty questions, but these are all thoughts that keep us from being our best selves, making the strongest decisions we can. Too many leaders are paralysed by having to play it safe. The question, in turn, is then, how many of your team work in the same way? Brene Brown's work is so real in supporting leaders to develop this. Go back and read her work on Dare to Lead, particularly her pieces about daring and armoured cultures. They're in the review section in your membership and coursework on leadership and pitches. If we want excellent results, we need accountability. But before accountability comes a team that can trust each other first, have positive conflict and commit to each other, and then it will come. Are we working in and creating safe schools, safe teams and safe systems? Or is safety paralysing your leadership?